Hello, Geminis. Welcome back. This is your Mary. Sorry it took me so long to make it down the list. Most of you guys know that I hand, okay, in your hands. So yeah, things have been a little crazy for me, but nevertheless, we are here, Gemini. Whoa, that was quick, and we're gonna get it popping. I did do a pre-shuffle on you, Gemini. So we're gonna talk about that here in just a second. Your cards are moving pretty damn fast. Okay, what are you? Okay, put it here, right there, right there. Okay, right there. Okay. Oh wow, this is weird. Okay. Sorry about the beating in the back. Have someone doing some work. What do y'all want to do with this dick? What? Nothing? Because I just threw that to the side. Let me hold on to both of them, Gemini, because, okay, they want this bottom one right here. All right. And then, okay, flip it over. All right. All right. This is what we have on the bottom. Gemini, Gemini. All right, Gemini. So I'm going to push this stuff up right here. And I am going to get your theme cards out. And then we are going to talk about the Gemini's pre-shuffle. All right. Gemini. Seems like I need to move the camera over just a little bit so we can see what's popping. All right. All right, Gemini. All right. What? Who was it? Who was it? I think it was you. Mix up and shake ups. Gemini. Mix ups and shake ups. Okay. Mix up and shake ups. Your cards want to talk a lot. Just want to say something, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it. And was y'all seeing something? Ooh, they want to talk a lot. They want to talk a lot, Gemini. Let me see. I already looked at them. I wasn't trying to do that, but I don't know if they were talking or not. But let me just look at them. Oh, God. Man, look. I'm gonna put it to the side, like whatever. They got a lot of talking that they want to do, so we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. We got a lot of theme cards out here. Let me make sure I keep them separated in the way in which they came out, so because that may be of significance. Gemini, Gemini. Y'all notice I always say Gemini twice because it's two of y'all. I always say Gemini, Gemini. Oh, crap. All right. Hold on, baby. I'm trying to get it situated right. So I just feel like I need to get situated, honey, because it needs to come out right. Been a little sensitive for some reason on this reading. Hips are tingling, honey. All right, Gemini. Well, first of all, baby, let's talk about your pre-shuffle. Then we're going to get to what's on the table. We're going to get to your theme cards. All right, Gemini, 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 Gemini. So, Gemini, baby, in your pre-shuffle, can you notice, are you guys noticing like I don't know what this is in my voice. It's like, I don't want y'all to be disappointed, but like the pre-shuffle is what it is. I don't know how this gonna come out on this table, especially with me already looking at the theme cards here. So Gemini, it is what it is, baby. Okay? Listen. So in the pre-shuffle, What I was able to pull was that Gemini, it feels like you're somebody else. Like you feel like um it felt like, you or someone else feels like something, like it doesn't seem fruitful in your eyes. It doesn't seem fruitful in your eyes. And remember, this is the bottom of the deck. Remember, I showed you this right here. This doesn't seem fruitful in your eyes. Okay, Gemini, it doesn't. It does not seem fruitful in your eyes, Gemini. Whatever this is, you or somebody else. I don't know why I showed y'all those other ones, but I guess we will talk about it if it comes up. But like I said in the pre-reading, Gemini, it just felt like something does not seem very fruitful in your eyes or in someone else's eyes. And the way that this is manifesting is, someone is getting to a point of like wanting to walk away from whatever is not bearing fruit, or just wanting to like leave it behind or something, someone or something behind, it's just like something is just not bearing fruit for you. It seemed like in the pre-show for Gemini, you were somebody else, baby. It's like it felt like, like you wanted to like keep trying to like initiate it, you know, end or fight for it, but for some reason or another, it's just not happening. It's just not coming to fruition, whatever it is this is that you or someone wants. Um, and the overall feeling was just that it seems like, it's leaving Gemini, you or someone else like a little sad and a little stressed, a little sad and a little stressed. So, you know, and then here's the other thing, Gemini. Gemini. The other thing I was able to pick up is that, for some of you, it's Jesus. It's either because you are withholding information or you are stealing others' information or other people's work, or they feel this way or something. You know, hey, 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 Gemini, listen, baby. And with this withholding some type of information, like maybe somebody feel like, you withholding something and that's why, the shit not bearing fruit, or you feel like this about them. Somebody feel like somebody stealing something, has stole something, I don't know, maybe such as ideas or something. Some type of information, some type of idea. Somebody feel like somebody's withholding and stealing something, and or something, and or stealing and or withholding. Okay, it's all that shit mixed in together, and whoever it is that is doing this, it just feels like it's out of the sake of trying to like look good or be better than others or like someone else. Okay. Some of you all, you could be dealing with a Leo, or someone with very strong Leo placements, or fire overall, like period. You know what I'm saying? Water, especially like Cancer, um, Earth, especially Taurus and Virgo, um, or this can be another water sign. Okay? I mean, not another water sign, another air sign is what I meant to say. I already said water, but specifically Cancer with that Gemini. So whew, what I can see here on the table. Okay? Okay. Gemini. Gemini. Someone here definitely like wants to like do their own damn thing, because it feels like maybe they have tried to work with another person here on the table, but for some reason or another, for some reason or another. One, two, three. That's four, break that down, that's five. Gemini just feels like for some reason or another, you and someone else, be this in work or love. I'm not seeing love on this table, but everything is a relationship. I am seeing work. I'm feeling more work than anything because, it was talking about something in your pre show for bearing fruit. And it was also talking about like somebody withholding information or like stealing information or something. So it's like a whole lot of work on this table, or like collaborations on this table. I almost called you Virgo, but Gemini, you know, it looks here to me like, again, strong Leo, here, like somebody, they just really don't want to deal with this anymore because they can't come together with somebody and they want to just go off and do their own thing. It feels like maybe they expressed this in the past or something, and like it feels like the issue or something has come back up, Gemini. Like somebody tried to get this to take off again or something, and somebody maybe was like, well, let me think about it or something. Like I don't know if I want to do this. But it looks like somebody here has come to the conclusion, or they will come to the conclusion that they will be more successful if they go off. If they go off in a new direction here. Okay, Gemini baby. Also, since here that somebody has, because they said came out of the now, I specifically just heard right here. So maybe somebody didn't want to believe something here and they came out of the now. Once they came out of the now about like what the fuck was really going on, they set off in a new, they came to the conclusion that setting off in a new direction would be more fruitful for them in getting that 10, doing their own thing to get this 10. And so you can see them moving away from that. This person possibly spoke the truth and just set off really quickly. And maybe they were still undecided, like maybe they said what they felt. They said what they felt and they went on ahead and moved on, but maybe even so still they were still in their head about it after like talking about it. I feel like relationship or work, somebody spoke on it and they went on, but even though they went on, the shit was still, or it's still on their mind somewhere here. Another air sign, possibly Libra, okay? But it's still on their mind in the current. But you can see here that even though it's still on their mind, they still feel like they will be better on their own. And they are continuing, even though it's on their mind, they are continuing to move forward because they feel like they cannot work with you, Gemini, or you feel like you cannot work with them. Okay. It also feels like someone else doesn't have the patience here anymore to even deal. For some of you all, this can be an Aquarius. For some of you all, this could be a Sagittarius. Okay, Leo. Um, but someone definitely here wants to take off in a new direction, or they will take off in a new direction, Gemini, or they have taken off in a new direction. Baby, you or somebody else. And for some of y'all, this is absolutely a relationship. Somebody just feel like somebody's like they have been cheated in the situation in some form or way, and maybe that's what this withholding information, like withholding information, not telling a person things at their discretion. Maybe not necessarily lying, but not necessarily coming clean about things either in this companionship. Um, aka partnership. Okay, Spirit said aka partnership. I didn't say that. I'm just saying companionship, but they are saying partnership. So again, strong emphasis on working with somebody or something, on working with somebody. Somebody feel like they can't trust somebody else here. Like they betrayed them or something, and they just don't trust them. You know, it's one of the theme cards here for the month. You know, no trust between companions and partnerships here. Um, why the hell was I about to call you Virgo again? But Gemini, baby. So let me look at these other theme cards. We got Bully, Adonis, Rescuer, and Hermit. Maybe that's why I keep getting ready to fucking call you Gemini. I mean, not Gemini, but Virgo or something. Cause I'm like, why do I keep getting ready to say Virgo? Um, Let me look at this. Okay, okay. You know, ooh, yeah, this some nasty energy right here, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to really just sum it up. But holding these cards, it just feels like nasty energy right here, and man, somebody just not truthful. Somebody is not truthful. They have tried to bully someone, maybe even manipulate someone into doing shit their way, into calling the shots and just manipulating the mental. I'm hearing manipulating the mental. You know, if we put this companionship and this bully together, this is about verbal abuse. This is about physical abuse. And I can already see here and from the pre-shuffle, like somebody know that to get that 10, to get this 10, somebody know that to get this 10, they gotta go off in another direction, going their way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just feel like it's been some bullying, you know, verbal abuse, physical abuse in this situationship. I'm just gonna call it a situationship, okay? Because I don't know what it is. And it do feel like, and that's why maybe I kept getting ready to say Virgo, because of this bullying. Somebody has possibly gone into fucking hermit mode, like they because you can see the walking away, the shutting down. You can see somebody expressing exactly how they feel, moving on quickly, but it's still on their mind. But they know that they will be more successful elsewhere and even on their own. So in a way, they have Gemini gone into hermit mode. You or somebody else. You know, they just said dangled by a carrot. Um, how like somebody dangle a carrot and keep you walking to get that carrot, but like you never get that carrot. So they said dangling a carrot. I just heard. You know, when I looked at this rescue card, that's what I heard, dangling a carrot. It ain't been real. They just said, bruh, bruh, man, how do I say this? It's like someone here, I feel like someone here feeds off of others' detriment. Feeds off the detriment of others. Bam. There you go. You see her eating them grapes? That's at the detriment of other people. Their happiness comes at the detriment of other people addicted to that shit and keeping people, to me, this is saying bound and tied in some sort of a way. You know, it just feels like Gemini, someone here does not have integrity, honesty, and they are addicted to, feeding off of others' detriment here. Feeding off detriments of others here. Somebody don't trust somebody in a situationship. Um, for a lot of people, I'm feeling like this is some sort of a partnership here, Gemini. And with this bullying, let me put, because that was, at the bottom that I showed you earlier, Gemini. It's like it's like bullying the innocent, bullying the innocent, feeding off of that. It's like something that feeds somebody. Bullying off of and feeding off people that don't deserve it. You know, sucking them dry. Feeding off people that like mean well. Like they didn't do anything to deserve this shit. But someone, it seems like, is addicted to being served in this sort of a way. Like this hierarchy type of shit. It feels hierarchy-ish to me. When I look at the hedonist and I look at the servant and I look at the addict, this feels hierarchy-ish to me. These three together, you know. Nope. And then double down when you add the bully. Double down when you add the companionship. Is this a friendship or a relationship? Because I did just hear friendship. Soon as I picked up companion, I heard friendship. Okay, what is this? You know, and somebody seems to be shut down off of that. They're shutting down off. I could not figure out why the hell do you keep saying Virgo. Somebody has shut down because of this interference. They said interference. Is it an interference? I don't know. I don't feel interference, but they just said shut down because of this interference. I said shut down. Spirit came in and said interference. So they cut me off. You know, so someone has shut down because of this interference and they are moving the other way. You can see that it is on their mind, but at the same time, someone is smart enough to know that which way they need to go. Which way they need to go. Somebody's smart enough to know that. It's been an interference. It's been some sort of an interference. Well, what somebody else had going on, and like maybe somebody here wanted to like come in on it, and it just wasn't right. What's this right here? Man, look, I ain't even finna. Nope, nope. Cause the energy only gets darker. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not going to do that. So, Gemini, baby, I don't know who this reading belongs to, but all the signs that I named, um, and especially the ones that I highlighted are here. Like I said, any air sign, but definitely like Aquarius, and Libra, Leo, but definitely Sagittarius, definitely Leo and Sagittarius, but any fire sign, definitely Virgo and Taurus, but any earth sign, um and you know what the hell is funny? It ain't a, oh, okay. The only water here on the table is the moving. It's the fucking moving away. That's the only water on the table. Somebody removing their emotions. Look at this. Because the king of winter don't speak from emotions. They speak the truth. So the only emotion here is moving that way. You know what I'm saying? So like, it ain't no love on this. It ain't no, it. Let me look behind the deck. We, we saw the 10 of cups, you know, and then release is behind the damn, hold on, let me show you, baby. Damn, and then the 4 spring, but damn, and then the ego, oh, ooh-wee. So we had this, remember I was saying that this in the reverse, you know, somebody feeling like none of this is going anywhere, you know. This in the reverse. Here's the other emotion on the table, you know, but because we got, okay, 10 is the ending, 10 is the end, and then we got somebody moving, okay, you know, right here, up and release, okay, that was behind the 10, releasing it, letting go of the past, and then that makes way for a new opportunity, being time to move on. For some of y'all, it's moving away from this devil in this fucking relationship, okay, period. Period. Like, I'd rather go back on the tarot cards than go back on the theme cards, because the theme cards is telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You hear me? These tarot cards kind of skimming it, which I prefer that because of the way that this energy is sitting on this Gemini. So, yeah, baby, don't shoot the messenger. Besides, I don't know whose reading this is. This could be your energy. This could be some energy around you. I don't know. Okay, so that has been your reading, Gemini. Bye, guys.